Game launchers, they are a thing. Most of us hate them, but there are a few that we not only tolerate, but will go out of our way to use. I think we all have a basic idea of why most game launchers are disliked, but I don't know if game publishers understand. For that matter, I think there are a lot of things that game publishers don't understand about their customers. So, why don't we spell it out for them? Before I start, please stick around till the end for a brief announcement regarding the channel. Cool, now launchers. If somehow you haven't noticed, a game launcher is a program which you use to start a game. Some are just for one game, others for a single publisher, and others have room for your entire library. The first launchers were for a single publisher or game. They handled account logins, game updates, that sort of thing. Though it came later on, I think Minecraft's old launcher is a good example. These existed before storefronts like Steam were ubiquitous, and were more practical. They existed for a reason. Some games still have their own launchers for this reason. They help you organize multiple versions or mod packs for a game. I'd say Minecraft is totally justified in having a launcher, though in these cases I would prefer there be a way to create a shortcut to instantly open a specific mod or version, just like you can with the community-made Prism launcher. Steam and others are a bit different. They've managed to go beyond being a tool to launch games and are trying to be more like a home screen for a console. Profiles and chat features, Steam Workshop for user-made content, a music player, and then Big Picture mode. I don't think many people used Big Picture mode back then, but 2012 was the year when Steam could, on some level, turn your PC into a console-like experience, to the point where people now enjoy Steam for Steam rather than the games on it. Steam became something we could leave open and even use besides merely starting our games. In fact, Steam even lets you play non-Steam games through the client, and people have created tools to add emulated ROMs to Steam in bulk. Other companies have noticed what Valve gets out of this position, and believe me, they get a lot. It's hard to estimate exactly how much money Steam makes because they wouldn't disclose that information, but if sales through Steam make up about $8.5 billion per year, then Valve takes about $2.5 billion each year simply from maintaining Steam and its 30% cut. That 30% cut is probably one of the main reasons why we see so many other companies trying to push their own launchers. They'd rather not pay Steam 30% if they can avoid it. Companies like Ubisoft, EA, and Take-Two have been trying this for a long time. Usually even their Steam releases will use these extra launchers, creating a launcher within launcher situation, like Inception. But at best, these extra launchers waste our time, and at worst, they break game compatibility. Joshua Woolens of PC Gamer put it this way: "These things don't exist to make games better. They exist to give business liches and C-suite types a little warm glow." Kerbal Space Program got an update last year to add Private Division's new launcher. When asked why, Private Division said that it was adding sign-in for multiplayer for the game's sequel. So then why does the original game, which will never have official multiplayer, require this launcher? Even more confusing, this launcher only includes 2 games in its store, and these buy buttons take you back to Steam. As far as I can tell, this launcher exists only to make you click play a second time. Why did Private Division waste time developing this when KSP2 is still missing most of the things promised in the original trailer, not to mention features that were in the original game? There's also compatibility issues. Just after the launch of the Steam Deck, EA switched their games to use the new EA app, which has a ton of issues running on SteamOS, either through incompatibility with Linux or lack of controller support. Valve ended up fixing this through Proton, and EA said nothing, and then updated the app, which broke it again. This has been a back and forth thing for a long time, where EA, Ubisoft, or whoever will update their launcher, cause it to break in Proton, and then Valve fixes it. I almost wonder if they're trying to break it. Very few storefronts have built up the goodwill that Steam has. I can only think of GOG, itch.io, and that's it. In the case of GOG especially, I think they understand Steam's success in a way that very few other publishers care to. If you're wondering why I haven't mentioned them before now, it's because I haven't used GOG before. I'd be happy to give them a try. If you know of any racing games on GOG similar to the Need for Speed franchise, and they run nicely on Steam Deck, let me know in the comments and I might just try one. Customers and publishers have very different desires for a launcher. More than anything, I think a customer wants to find and start playing a game in the shortest time possible. Embedded launchers and libraries split across multiple launchers add no value for customers whatsoever. For publishers, launchers are just storefronts, chances to market new releases. A publisher doesn't want to share shelf space with competitors, or split revenue with a platform. It's in the publisher's interest to do what the customer doesn't like. Honestly, I'm not sure what we could do to fix this, though I do have one idea. If we want all games sold through one platform to use the same one launcher, then maybe the platform should offer some incentives to do so. At the same time, we don't want to stifle competition or innovation. Other storefronts that offer developers and customers a better deal should have a chance to succeed. Steam has made a good product, but that doesn't entitle them to being the only storefront or launcher. Serious competitors like GOG deserve a fair shot. So here's what I propose. Valve currently takes a 30% cut of all game sales on Steam. Why don't they reduce that cut for publishers who do not bundle their own launchers with Steam releases? If a game puts a second launcher behind Steam, then Valve should keep taking the 30% cut. But if a publisher is cooperative and doesn't add their own launcher, then maybe they should only give 15% to Steam. The same trick might incentivize other good things, like better Linux compatibility or controller support. This way, competitors to Steam would need to coax customers over with better features and support, true competition. So what do you think? Would this solve the launcher fragmentation, or would it only make Valve seem anti-competitive? Let me know your thoughts below. By the way, this video marks a sort of relaunch for my channel. I did a bunch of videos as a kid, a small handful in college, and I'm still trying to figure out what sort of content I want to make now. I've uploaded 4 other videos to the channel today, all with slightly different styles and subject matter, so if you want to comment on your favorite one or let me know what subject I should cover in the future, that'd be great. I also have a website and a Discord server where you can see what else I do. Thank you for all your feedback, and I'll see you in the next one.